Welcome back, everybody. Bruce Porter joins us now for this week's Dollars and Cents. Good to see you, Bruce.
Good to be here.
Pretty good Irish whiskey over there, huh?
Hope I don't slur.
You'll be fine. We came on a good day. We'll get Will back if necessary.
Absolutely.
All right, we got a question for you today. You ready? I have been considering investing in rental real estate to increase my monthly income and build my future net worth for retirement. What should I watch out for, and is this a good investment? Boy, on the surface of that, I think it really depends on your personal temperament and how much you want to get involved in that. But what do you say?
Well, as a rule of thumb, I mean, real estate's always been a good investment long term. You can't expect it to immediately start fixing all your cash flow problems. So you've got to really approach it carefully. And if you're going to invest in real estate, all right, my question would be, are you going to pay for the property? And if you are, the example is, if we use a $100,000 investment,
Okay.
and let's say we rent that property for $1,000 a month, all right, $12,000 a year. Well, there's certain things that are going to eat into our gross monthly cash flow. So the first thing people forget about is a vacancy ratio. Everybody thinks, man, this is a great deal. I'm going to buy that real estate. I'm going to rent it out. And I'm going to make all this money,
yeah.
right?
Not so much, yeah.
Well, a rule of thumb is you use a 20% vacancy ratio. So that means your property is going to be occupied 85% of the time, or 80% of the time, and it's going to generate revenue. All right. Now, you got property taxes, you got insurance, and you've got repairs and maintenance.
Sure.
Because not every tenant is going to take care of the property like you would living in your own.
You think?
It happens.
Can't imagine that.
They bring in a pet when they're not supposed to.
Yeah.
They have a party when they're not supposed to. So they wear out the carpet, things happen, and occasionally you got to spend a little money on that property so that you can re-rent it. Well, when you add all that up, you figure 20% vacancy ratio, 10% for property tax, 7.5% for insurance, that's $900 a year. Repairs and maintenance, use a 20% ratio. You always want to have a little money saved back for those things that pop up. So now when you look at that $1,000 a month rent is now at $425 net, $5,100 a year. That's if you pay for the property.
Yes.
So your 12% return on your investment is now 5.1. That's assuming that all this applies. Now, if you borrowed 20, or if you put it 20% down and you borrowed 80%, which is typical, and I don't know the going rates, you can probably get better than 4.5, but I'm using 4.5 as a number. 20-year payment is 506. So if you apply that, you're actually negative. You're a negative $972 for the year if you own the property and you've put 20% down and you rent it 80% of the time at $1,000 a month. So now, you know, you've got your interest deduction, you've got depreciation. So now you add all that up, combined with your loss, it's going to be a great tax deduction. It might not help you on your current cash flow. Long term, 20 years, if you borrowed the money and it's paid for, the value, we hope, appreciates at 3 or 4% per year. But you've got to take care of the property for it to do that. So you have to spend money along the way. So those things you got to keep in mind. It's not going to immediately give you $1,000 a month.
Did you think of
if you
these
pay
things?
cash.